guys, and welcome to this new vlog. Well, we don't want to hide anything. How did we get here? All thanks to the Sierra.ev. Now in this video, we will talk about everything, how this car drives. In fact, we did a lot of trail yesterday in the off-road section, but today we did the off-road ourselves. So the Sierra is fairly capable. Just look at the place we have come. No roads whatsoever, just small trails, and the quad wheel drive on this thing is damn capable. So before we start, we will tell you that's what is new on the Sierra.ev, and we will straight away start driving it.
A little bit psycho, limitless, non-stop serving again. Give it one time I live by. About to break the bank to get mine. Looking for.
Let's start driving straight away. So we are driving the Sierra.ev in the city, getting out of Coimbatore. Look what we have ahead. The same colored Harrier.ev. Now, the difference is, as I told you, physically, that's only gonna make sense if you're having it for long distance touring only. But in cities, this is quite good. So we started with the full juice of 99% and the range was approximately 480. However, we switched to city and increased a bit of regen, because at the end of the day, you have to actually depend on regen for the best mileage and the, just the best, to get the best out of it in the downhill. You really have to use the regen modes here. This can go from 0 to 100 in just 5.8 seconds, and we tested that quite a bit. You can check out our highlights on the Instagram where you will find all of those. But for now, let's concentrate on road. How does it feel like? So we have got the Sierra on a trail over here. You can see the waterfalls there. This trail leads over there. However, we won't be going till the end. We'll just try to take the Sierra as much ahead as possible. And no need to worry, because this gets all of them. So first, let's put the terrain mode to, mud and ruts, or probably let's put the rock crawl, and let's go. So the 540 degrees camera, now this really helps to what's below.
तू स्याही सी रात में मुझको हो चांद सी सोबत दे मैं करती थी बातें जो खुद से. So what sets the Sierra.ev apart? Well, this front bumper. Now this gets the body colored here, and this part of the bumper is kind of small with the S air gaps. You can see the radar over here and a silver cladding right here. So in the rear view mirror, or probably when it's approaching, you can clearly tell which is the ICE and which is the Sierra.ev. Of course, you can also identify with the new type of logo placed over here. And once you move here at this side, the 19-inch alloys. Now these are EV specific aero alloys with this cladding running through here, and the piano black with the .ev badging right there. So that's the only difference visually. Again, this color is called the Nainital Nocturne, and we have very eye candy colors, pure grey, the Varanasi Vibrance, all of that is here. These are all modern Gen Z colors. So in terms of the color design, well, you're the ones to judge, but for us here, it has ticked all the boxes. 19-inch alloys with 205 mm of ground clearance. Now that is what makes this car very capable. Combined with dual motor quad wheel drive system, this is fairly capable. Of course, you still get the road tires with this. However, we decide to just take it on untouched trail. This will do the job just well. Let me tell you, how does it feel overall in the inside. Now more or less this is quite similar to the Sierra ICE, but this gets the EV themes over here apart from the grey on the ICE vehicle, and there are a lot of advantages. First up, my favorite, the drift mode. Now that lets you send the car, because the rear wheel bias helps you really drift the car well. Apart from that, there are terrain modes. For example, so many of them. Now this is normal, snow, this mud or ruts. We have a sand mode, a rock mode, and a custom mode over here. Now people getting the Sierra.EV, this is the real advantage, because all of that together is just much more capable over the roads, at the same time off the roads. Also, one more difference that you get on the .EV, let me show that to you. Yeah, the tailgate opens up nice and clean. We get this puddle lamps over here, sort of emergency lamps, that's what Tata calls them. But this is the switch for the vehicle to vehicle load, and we also get vehicle to load. So you can actually connect a 3-pin socket over there, and that you can actually go camping or probably use appliances as per your risk. Boot space, 622 liters of boot space. Now that makes it more than the Harrier.EV. I mean, I don't know what Tata was thinking, but here this is ample. And for the luggage, just look at this. Now we have the OGIO Renegade Vault over here, and this is the Renegade DNA. So we use them, and of course, if you are interested to check out OGIO products, the link for all of them would be in the description portion below. So do check that out, and they are like everlasting, just like the Sierra. The second row, now with the battery being placed over here, the floorboard has moved a bit up. But apart from that, this is a fairly decent cabin. Now you can check out our Sierra vlog, which I think will be coming up probably, but the rest of it is quite same. So wind shades, speakers, nice alpine windows. It makes you feel a lot roomy, just like that's a Sierra's USPs, to be honest, with the large panoramic sunroof. The second row space is great. Under thigh support, headroom, checked. Now this is one more advantage of having an EV. 55 liters of frunk, and this also stands over there, holds the position. I mean, charger, bags, extra luggage, just dump it here. This is the added advantage of .EV. The terrains are quite challenging, and I was just having fun in the boost mode. In fact, the winding roads kept me engaged and I could not stop. So talking about the power output here, now since this gets two motors, one on the front axle, one on the rear axle, we get a combined horsepower of 300. I think it's over 320 PS, and combined torque output is about 500 Nm. Now that's a lot. So this car is actually quicker than its sibling, the Harrier.EV. So in terms of power, no complaints. This is quite engaging to drive, and this is a driver's car. So we enjoyed a lot driving with the dynamics that it has. 19-inch alloys, amazing suspension setup. In fact, they're stiff and very good for the road. But the dampers, they adapt to the road conditions and at times can free up the movement a bit. However, due to the low CG and this being an EV, on road this holds the grip quite well. In fact, holds the ground as well. Now this gets two steering modes, comfort and a sport. So it alters your steering feedback based on the mode that you are in. Yeah, nice horn there as well. So love the feedback. In fact, this is really engaging. Trust me on that. Now we have a small turn over here. So when you look at this, zero body roll. Yeah, it's kind of like a sporty handler altogether. And when you want some fun, you can actually put it in sports mode, or the best option is to put it in boost mode and just give it the beans. There's that instant surge of power which propels this car. I mean, there is a dead end over here. We have to be careful. If you're sane enough, or if you want to go insane, there's also the drift mode. Just turn it off the rear wheels will send it and you can enjoy the car thoroughly. That's not what we say, that's what the inner us says, because this car actually tends to drive a bit crazy with the dynamics that it has. So let's try it if it actually holds the traction. Yeah, since it is a quad wheel drive, the power is sent to all the four wheels and you do not lose the traction even if it is in drift mode. But the drift mode actually helps in loose mud or probably like a sand. So yeah, let's come back to city. So now the other elements, the NVH levels, the entertainment system, the audio system over here, top notch, just like the Sierra, and there's no difference in terms of that. Now there's a bit of nitpick that we would want to do. The quality over here is still the same. Now, that's a bit of a disappointment because I expected them to actually update this, and it feels a little flimsy, out of place, this portion, and give some better storage space entirely here, but that's not happened here. That's the only nitpick I have with the Sierra.EV. They should have actually fixed the ergonomics over here in the inside. Now, another feature that is helpful on the trails is this. This is called the Pro Traction, and once you turn that on, you can actually limit the car speed from as low as 5 km per hour and goes all the way till 40 km per hour. So what you can do is just put that into that. It's like an off-road cruise control. Lift off your foot from the accelerator and the brake, and the car will just glide onto loose surfaces or probably obstacles at its own. So that is a very useful feature when you're probably on a sand or you're there on some obstacle trying to cross it. If you don't know this. Hope you have liked this video. Let us know which of the variant would you pick, because it's a win-win situation whichever variant you pick. The base variant gets 63 kWh battery pack at the price of 18.49 lakhs, and for the top variant, the 75 kWh, you would have to spend 26 lakhs, close to that on-road price. I think it's really nice, and Tata has really gone ahead and thought about the driving pleasure, and in fact to keep you engaged all throughout, because even if you take the rear wheel drive only, that's also very exciting to drive. With the all wheel drive, however, it's a clear winner for us right now in this price point. Yeah, I think it's worth every penny, and Tata have made, there are a few nitpicks that we did on the Sierra.ice. If that is fixed, this is a proper put together electric vehicle for the cities, for touring, for 5 people anytime. So while we are on the go, we will see you in the next one.